Yeah, Big Baby JTV, man. Patreon gang already saw this video, so shouts out to them. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I don't like talking about these type of stories, but it fits a lot of what I discuss on my channel. I love sports, love football, and I'm a big fan of Deshaun Watson. So this is a victory? Question mark. But yes, today Deshaun Watson was found innocent or not charged for any criminal, in the criminal court by 9 accusers, right? So today in Harris County on Friday, he's not facing criminal charges in Texas related to these accusations of sexual misconduct by these 9 massage therapists. Now, let's be objective right now. He has more than 20 massage therapists, or just generally women in general, have accused him of being sexually, inappropriate. Now, did he RAP any of them? That hasn't been proven in court. I think some have said that he did, right? But for the most part, what he was accused of groping, touching himself, and making inappropriate comments with more than 20 women. Bruh, on site, that's wrong. That's messed up. And what's even more messed up is the fact that bro said, I want just a massage, and then he lined himself up to do other things. Let me tell you something, bro. Let's start off with this. Let's hit this from 3 levels. We're going to start with morals. We're going to start with the law. We're going to start with morals. We're going to go to the law, and then we're going to go to business. Let's start with the morals, bro. First off, you're a grown man, okay? You're a 26-year-old, 25-year-old at the time, maybe 24-year-old when all this went down. You're a grown man, okay? Maybe a young man, but you're still grown. You have to understand that this is not right. You're not pulling some crazy Trey Songz type ish, if the Trey Songz accusations are correct. You're not pulling that stuff off, okay? But at the same time, it's all about consent, bro. At the end of the day, these women in general are sexual beings, period, just like you and me, right? But guess what? All you have to do is ask, are you about it or no? And if she ain't about it, you have to say that on Front Street, Deshaun. If you see that she is either uncomfortable, she ain't rocking with it, go that way. You have to deal with women who want you fully for you, and they want to do it. This is why, on a moral level, Deshaun Watson, instead of investing in massage therapists, he should have invested in prostitutes. This would never have happened. That's number one. He should have paid these women and said, hey, I want to have sex with you, okay? Here's some money. We can do this every week if you're interested. She's gonna say yes or she's gonna say no, and you should also have it in writing. You are a mega football player, mega star. You cannot get caught slipping, bro. You have to have a system, okay? And it don't mean that it gotta be any other type of way. We have guys like Leonardo DiCaprio. We have guys like Drake slinging. They're slaying poom poom at a crazy rate. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? But they don't be having these issues. Why? Because they say it from Front Street. You ain't coming in here unless you ready to give the box. They're just straight up with it. They're not trying to be something else. And Deshaun Watson, that his problem on a moral level is that he would present a massage therapy and would introduce the D. And they didn't come there for the D. They came there to get paid to do their job as massage therapists. Okay? This Deshaun Watson case is one of the best arguments for legalizing prostitution. Real talk. But let's go now with the law aspect, right? Now, this started out mostly as a civil trial. Civil trial usually pertains to money settlements, right? Now, did he do these things? We don't really know, because it's a he said, she said type thing, man. You know what I mean? You have to prove it in a court of law. Now, civil lawsuits are easier to deal with and easier to show and prove in court, because if it's something civilly, it's the burden of proof is not as high. But if you know what I'm saying, that's why a lot of people who have been assaulted or who have been done wrong sexually, they usually go to the civil trial, because that's easier to get some form of justice than a criminal trial. It is extremely hard to prove criminally that a woman or even a man was assaulted, point blank, period. Okay, now, could some of them shorties, them women, them massage therapists be lying? Absolutely. We just seen it with Chris Brown situation. Chris Brown had a stalker who had gotten curved, rejected by him, and she went to the law and she tried to claim that he was abusing her. And for some reason, some dumb lawyer decided to sue Chris Brown, and Chris Brown said, I got receipts. Happened to Justin Bieber a few years ago. Chris Brown said, skirt, I got receipts. Right? So what can we learn from this from a law aspect? If you are a man, have things in writing, man. Be ready, because there are some women who be lying out here, especially on dudes who are specifically famous and rich. Now, I ain't famous, never want to be, but I want to be rich one day. So you have to move intelligent. And I think, unfortunately, Deshaun Watson was not doing that. But also, one day, I guarantee you, there will come out a news story that there's a connection between the Houston Texans ownership and these women. Because guess what? The person who is suing, who's leading the cause for suing Deshaun Watson, is a neighbor to the Houston owner's house. They are neighbors. They live in the same neighborhood. Deshaun Watson wanted to leave the Houston Texans. And guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if a few years from now there comes a big investigative research paper connecting these women, this lawyer, and the Houston Texans owner. Houston Texans have some of the worst upper management in the league. Some of the worst management, some of the worst operations in the league. They are a terrible team, a terrible franchise, and Deshaun Watson was the guy who literally brought them into relevance, literally brought them from the dead. And if you're being objective here, a lot of people could argue that Deshaun Watson is a top 5 quarterback once healthy, a top 3 quarterback if everything is ideal. Okay? That's what it is. Now let's look at this on a business perspective. A lot of football teams are happy right now. Like I just said, Deshaun Watson is a top 5 quarterback when healthy, when good, when playing in his, and he's in his prime. He's not even really in his prime. He's in his early prime. He's 26. He has maybe close to, you could argue, 15 more years of football left in him. Straight up. And especially with the rules of the modern NFL, this man could play till he's 40 if he really wanted to. This is how it goes. From the business side, the NFL loves this. Okay? You have Calvin Ridley getting caught betting sports for $1,500. They suspend him for a full season. Ridiculous when you have NFL owners who bet tons of money on their football team and nothing's happening to them. From a business perspective, this is beautiful for the league, the NFL. Even though they pretend that they're doing their own investigation, no, they are biased as hell. If you have extreme value, if you are super talented, they will bend and move around the goalpost. Look at Greg Hardy and the Cowboys. Greg Hardy had literally beat the living out of his ex and still got signed up to a team. You know what I mean? 6-game suspension. Ezekiel Elliott, Ben Roethlisberger, these dudes have literally violated women, provable in court. 6-game suspensions. I'm not trying to say that Deshaun Watson should be let free because of, you know what I'm saying, the value he brings to football teams. I'm just saying if the NFL is being any way consistent, which it's not, they should give him an appropriate punishment, but we don't know. And in the business perspective, the NFL is doing this money dance. Let me know what y'all think, man. Big Baby JTV, Patreon gang already saw this. I'm out, bruh.